pumped. Bitcoin will be 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 pumped.
Is that Peter Schiff?
Yeah, why has he got an eggplant?
Oh my god.
All right, I don't know. I feel like that's enough of that.
Alrighty, let's crack into it. Hey guys, how are we doing?
What's happening, everybody?
Let's dive straight into the news. Look, things are looking fairly positive for the crypto market. We've got a lot of green today, a lot of recovery. Bitcoin, we're still not certain that it's, we're on our way back to laserized material, but things are looking really good for alts as they recover back to the price that they originally were. So I'm sure a lot of the Adapt Crypto members would be happy, as Marsh and Crypto Bender and I are. And
so happy.
What do you reckon? Yeah, things looking good. Are we in the clear now, guys? Or
I mean, I assume as soon as something happens, that the other thing that usually does happen is never going to happen ever again. So I'm guessing we're just headed straight to 1 million K from now. And that was the end of the dips. Like we will remember 2021, early 2021 as the last dip that ever happened in the history of crypto. I'm joking, guys. This is not financial advice, but we do seem to be headed up a little bit, and hopefully this breakthrough 50K will hold this time, because that really is seems to be messing with everybody's mind, this 50K number, because I guess it is a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've hit the switch into only up mode. So apparently we're going to be going up and up and up.
Yeah. There you go, guys. You go to your first, only up from here. So go long, 100x leverage, and you should be right. Not financial advice, of course. Good luck.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
Check it with Harry, though. Seriously, he's on the TA.
Yeah. Harry also doesn't give financial advice, but he does fantastic TA.
Also, he does. I literally don't even do TA anymore. I just listen to his videos. I'm like, okay, I know what's going to happen now, and I know what I'm looking out for, and I'll set my alerts, and that's it. I don't even chart my Bitcoin chart anymore, which is great. Wow. I think that's one of the advantages of having such a good community.
Yeah, normally you'd have to pay a bunch of money to enter a private Discord, or I don't know, buy some expensive indicators or something. We don't make people do that. It's weird.
Yeah, and if you're feeling really spicy, you can just pop into a random Discord or Telegram and say, "Okay, guys, show me something," and just buy the first thing that gets showed to you.
There you go. Yeah.
Quick shout out to Karate Snitchel, D, Lara, Harry, Anthony, and Lena. Thanks for joining. And Ethan, and I think I'm going to butcher your name, Nikolai.
Nikolai. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nailed it. All right, let's crack in straight into the news, guys. So firstly, we have Sony Europe teaming up with Theta blockchain validator program. So I think that's now the 7th blockchain validator now on the Theta network, and things are looking quite bullish for Theta. You can, if anyone has a look at T-Fuel, literally has not cared about any of Bitcoin's dips. Wow. It asks no permission from Granddaddy Bitcoin. Instead, it goes only up and has been mooning. So congrats to those who have a bit of T-Fuel, have set up an edge node. Things looking very good in that space.
14... Can we go back to that for just 1 second? 14 industry leaders. It's insane. Everybody that's signing up here. Google, Binance, Blockchain.com, Samsung. I don't know. I got to give my spiel because I was bothering the guys about this. I don't think people understand what's happening here and how important this development is with decentralized processing of content. Google and all of these companies spend infinite money for bandwidth just to give you your streams. And if they can find a way out of not paying for that bandwidth, they're gonna take it. And I don't know, not financial advising you to buy this coin, but I think this project is gonna eat the world. Streaming is everything, especially in our new special era where we can't go outside and talk to people. So do you guys see what's happening here? All these companies signing up. I don't know. Do what you
know,
want.
Marsh,
Very bullish.
I think few understand.
Few except Samsung, Sony, Google, Binance. Like they understand. Do you? Anyways,
all right, moving on to another big schlong move. This one's from Crypto.com, sponsoring Aston Martin Formula One team. So Crypto.com is going to be plastered somewhere on the side of the vehicle in some form. I'm yet to sort of see any imagery here, but this also looks very bullish. So another example of, some of the new companies and the big players who have made a lot of money in the cryptocurrency space moving to, showing off their wealth and plastering it in front of all these new, mass adoption, sports. All these new sports that it's going to encourage that mass adoption. And it's looking very good in the space. I think we've had nothing but bullish news this, at least for the last 2 years that I've known been in crypto space. So I don't see any more argument for cryptocurrency not being a thing anymore.
Oh, it's all just getting normalized. It's sports sponsorships being in everybody's sort of mouth these days. Crypto something. It's just spreading out into the culture, and the only way to get new bag holders is for more people to know about it. And you would assume that everybody knows what Bitcoin is at this point, but that's actually not true. And because a lot of people I talk to, they're like, "Is that scam thing? Internet money?" Like they really are. There's a bunch of people still at that phase that they think this is some scam going away. I don't know what's his name. Peter Schiff is, I think, still in that stage.
I dare say he lives a very lonely life, but it's interesting. Like I had someone at my work. He goes, "Oh, cryptocurrency, it's a scam, isn't it?" And I looked at him like he was like mentally challenged. I was like, "What are you on about?" It was very awkward. I haven't talked to him since, but here's some more bullish news within Canada. A major Canadian car dealer now accepts Bitcoin. So we've always heard the argument that you can't spend your Bitcoin on anything, and it's like, well, here you can head down to H. Greg's and buy yourself a brand new car.
What's up with car dealerships and their names? They seem to make a lot of money, but have no sense for the fact that H. Greg is not a good name. I'm sorry, H. Greg. Exciting that you're selling, doing Bitcoin, but H. Greg.
I 100% agree. A lot of people love to put their own personal name, but people have ugly names. Just keep it to yourself, mate. Just give yourself a nickname, and we'll just stick with that. But don't plaster it on the car dealership. And that's pretty much all I've got, guys.
Okay, nice. Yeah, no, it's all just insanity bullish these days. Even when we are having 25-30% corrections, I would just encourage myself and everybody out there listening to keep the long view, and that things often happen in a cycle slightly longer than your attention span. So I think this latest dip was just long enough to shake everybody out and think it's all sort of collapsing instantaneously, and now we're headed back up. And so hopefully you gave whatever futures trading platform you're on a bunch of fees trading back and forth in this period, because it's exactly what you were supposed to be doing, basically. But I did want to get into a little bit of NFT news over here, because everybody's talking about it. But then it's the question, what does this actually mean for mass adoption? I think this is a little bit harder to follow than your average price chart, because NFTs and important projects are popping up all over the place, and it's I think a lot of money is being made, but it's very speculative. The nature of the art market, as I would sort of consider it. But here we got Grimes, good old Elon Musk's girlfriend, wife. I guess I got that child. I don't need to comment on the relationship, but she just sold $6 million worth of NFT of her own art, because she is indeed an artist. and that's a decent amount of cash. I mean, she definitely has a lot of exposure and a lot of, I guess, friends in the crypto world. And this is definitely an interesting piece of art. I think the real one is animated and has music as well. But one of these sold for a couple $100,000. And yeah, I guess this is an artist that people are aware of, even if you don't know much about art or anything like that. And just also right next to this, this rare Homer Simpson Pepe NFT just sold for $312,000. This beautiful piece of art. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see this up on screen.
I can, but it doesn't look like Homer Simpson.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Homer Simpson. The quote would be, "Wait a minute, comma, I'm a Pepe." It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it definitely did sell for over $500,000, and that.
There it is. Yeah.
That I don't know. I think this is very polarizing, this whole exploding NFT thing, because everybody obviously is saying, why would you pay over $250,000 for this weird picture? But the thing about NFTs that I don't think anybody's really like, I mean, some people have, but not everybody's really grasped, is that the value add that they can create, it isn't just the piece of art that you're buying. This is something that can actually have a lot of like residual revenue sort of attached to it, or different sort of items. So I thought this was a great example. This guy on Blau, I wasn't aware of this artist, but he sold these, I guess he only sold 33 of them, but he sold these like rare vinyl NFTs of his album, and attached to the NFT itself, I think he was sending you the actual vinyl. That's right. The NFT was redeemable for a custom song created by the artist. You get the vinyl in the mail, and you also get unreleased music unlocked. So it's almost like the NFT can be a beautiful piece of art, but it can also be sort of your ticket, your entry point into cool stuff, and something you can buy just to be a fan, but also to get those perks. And I think this is just really getting everybody excited about the possibilities here, because I think there's a couple of successful artists, bigger artists are making some money off of this, but it really is still all sort of in the teaching phase. And just before I turn it back to you guys, I do want to bring up this new project called Catalog at catalog.works. And they're still waiting to register. So if you're interested in this platform, I would do a little research myself. But they are essentially going to be making music NFTs, where the first time you upload it, there will be sort of the original pressing, the original upload is something that fans can buy and sell. And so that will essentially like be your master. It's something you could retain as well, but you can also auction off, and I guess the price will then go on from there and speculate from there. But I think that's something that a lot of these new audio platforms have not really taken advantage of. They can put the music on the blockchain, but actually having the music itself be a tradable asset with value, I think, has just mind-bending potential. And if it gets adoption, would completely upend the entire royalty revenue stream of the music industry, which I don't know. Remember when Napster happened? I do. It changed everything, and I expect massive sea changes to come for all of these industries in the near future, and blockchain related. What do you think, guys?
I think it's an interesting concept to sort of see music hit the NFT scene. Now, imagine if I was just visualizing it because, yeah, that's just the juvenile mind that I have. But I was imagining, I was like, wow, what if you had like a physical MetaMask wallet, for instance, and you were to hit on your collectibles, and every time you were to open it, like it just starts playing music, like you open up like a wallet. It's because you got your music NFTs in it. You see music blaring,
like those annoying greeting cards with the like soundbite in them. Yeah, that would be. I could see it.
But I can see it, and I've talked to this point quite a bit, and Karate Stitcher, like, yeah, I still agree, and I still find it hard to grasp as well. But I think the point that I made about a week ago on stream was that you've got to take your own values away from trying to understand the NFT market, and just put yourself in the shoes of someone else who does, and just trust the data. And you can see that we can see the volume in which NFTs are being traded, and the value and the prices. And some of them are absolutely silly, don't get me wrong, and I wouldn't touch you at all. But you got to trust in the data, and just understand that although you might not value it, someone else does. And if you stick to that, then you can sort of be a bit more open to it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, as an artist, it can seem a little crazy, these large figures, but I think what's important to understand about because this is blockchain, and all of this really is sort of decentralizing, democratizing everything. And I think what people don't really get about art and entertainment, it is so important in the culture, and makes so much money for so many different people. But the way the current model is set up, that it has to run through all of these performing rights organizations, it has to run through the companies. There are essentially like 30 or 40 middlemen between your content and the actual revenue that you're seeing in the current models with YouTube or Spotify or any of these other major platforms. And what NFTs are doing here are cutting out the middleman completely. The revenue goes straight from the fans to you. And if you're a popular artist, then you are seeing insane numbers. But the difference between that and now is that that insane revenue is coming directly to you, the artist, as opposed to running through those 40 middlemen.
And even better, even better, if you have a look at some of the platforms like OpenSea, and I think even Rarible does it, you collect royalties on it being resold at a future date as well. So it's all of a sudden, it's not just a once-off sale that you collect your royalties on, but it's almost like a passive income. You just keep earning the more it keeps getting traded, as long as it keeps getting traded. So there's another really important point, I think, as well, that hasn't quite been talked about too much.
No, that is the entire revenue stream, at least for most musicians, is that your music gets out there and is getting listened to. but more so than any of that, you would want people to be buying the CD. It's almost like this old format, because that's when musicians and other sort of artists were making a lot more money, when physical objects were being passed back and forth to make money. When the heyday of CDs, people were making crazy money if you were a popular artist. And it's almost like we're returning to that phase, which is incredibly exciting, because the more a lot of the revenue has been shaved away from performing arts and visual arts as well. So any sort of capital that can be injected directly back into artists, and if word can get out that art is actually profitable, or music is profitable again, that will spark a new renaissance again, because people will start to pursue it more actively again, knowing that there is an easier possibility of actually making it, or even having sort of a working class life doing art or music or blank. I don't know, come up with an NFT platform, make a Aavegotchi. Like, I feel like this idea wasn't even that complicated, but now it is just blowing up like pure insanity. Aavegotchis sell out in under 1 minute because everybody's just going nuts for this stuff. It's, I guess, I don't know. What am I trying to say, guys? It's
No, you're 100% right, mate. It's probably the next step, isn't it? We're starting to talk about music. Could we see videos in the future? I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely. Little pieces of mini content, like sort of TikTok length videos that are being traded for all sorts of stuff. And that's, I don't know. Now it's sort of in the arts phase, but I see this coming also into like a more utilitarian phase, that you buy a video series from somebody as an NFT collection, and that's an educational series, or secret
Like
passwords or something.
here's a $1 billion idea. You sell, rather than pay for a theater experience. Well, you still do, I guess. But if you can't go to the theater, then you buy the theater to come to you, and you just experience it in augmented reality, right? Where you have, like, if you're into orchestra sort of music, it's all there playing in your own living room. With you just got to wear your glasses, of course, and have some surround sound so it sounds real.
No, I love picturing the future. It depends on how far in the future you want to look, but I got this article up here. Microsoft is definitely working on AR, VR holograms, like from freaking Star Wars. And that does seem kind of crazy at this point. But then again, I don't know. The world we live in probably seems completely unimaginable 20-30 years ago. So I can see it becoming very normalized that there's just an awesome hologram in your house, and that's how you experience all different forms of content, from video calls to orchestra concerts to everything. Why not? And that is going to all need to be sort of verified and blockchainable and tradable, all of that things. It's a marketplace.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a really good point that you made is that there's a lot of different potential markets and avenues that can be expanded into by leveraging the power of blockchain and the power of NFTs. And although a lot of people don't quite understand what that potential can develop into in the future, I mean, we're already beginning to see the tipping towards where we're going to be ending up. I mean, we have all these influencers like musicians and different artists transitioning into blockchain using NFTs to guarantee them a larger percentage of the revenue that they'll be generating. And that, I mean, it can't not attract more widespread mainstream attention. And then once other people in those particular markets see that people are really starting to roll in the dough, then that could be where we start essentially taking the snowball and rolling it down the hill, just gaining more and more traction with every single influencer, every big name person that hops on the train, rolling to the bigger snowball. And NFTs could potentially be the tipping point into pushing blockchain technology into mainstream adoption. I mean, there's so many different things that NFTs can encompass beyond just arts and music. And it's amazing to be at this point where we can actually see where history is beginning to unfold. Yeah.
No, it really is so exciting. Blockchain was never made just for finance. That is sort of the entry point. And yeah, I don't know if you were going to call the top anywhere soon. I don't know what you're paying attention to. Like, that doesn't make any sense, bro. All of this stuff is groundbreaking news and sort of developments. And yeah, those all of Grimes' followers, the $6 million that were spent on there, I can almost guarantee you that a fraction of her followers have now bought Bitcoin based on her project and what she's done there, and possibly some other altcoins. And I don't know, everybody's looking at the Bitcoin dominance. There's no chart for this, like the NFT dominance, but everybody that's hearing about NFTs is, I don't know, not financial advice, but I'm guessing a lot of people are going to put a little bit of money towards crypto once they figure out what's going on here. And that just, we all win together. I do want to ask you guys, do you see this on screen? This is the HoloLens 2. Is this guy cool? Do you think he looks cool?
Guys, if you think this guy looks cool, please smash that like button, comment, subscribe, let us know.
It reminds me of that horrid looking red thing you used to have as a kid, and you'd press a button and then that film would rotate and bring up a different color.
Oh yeah. What are those called again? What was this called? Yeah, you're bringing me back. We're dating ourselves. That's it had a cool name. Yeah, come on guys, help us out in the chat. I don't mean to make fun of Microsoft's $1 billion project here, but I think is the trouble with all wearables thus far, the Google Glass and even the Vive and some of the other VR projects, is that they kind of look ridiculous. And as far as mass adoption goes, I think it's going to take I think it's going to take until these things start actually looking cool for it to really catch on. But just like with all these things, I don't know. I was excited about VR like almost 10 years ago. Almost when I was like a kid, there used to be those like you paid $10 to get in something that would like strap you in and you'd be like walking around. It had like video screens all around your head. Blockchain, VR, AR, all of these are extremely long-term projects that are very complicated. And there's just tons of people working on and trying to develop them. But just because it's taking a while doesn't mean that it's not ever going to happen. And I think that's sort of what we're trying to do around here, right, guys? Follow these trends and try to get in before things are cool. So this is just the second iteration, but I'm guessing a lot of this is going to go ultra mainstream. And then we're combining buzzwords, right? Who's going to put Polkadot, AR, VR connection with holograms? Like somebody's going to work on that project. Can we find that coin before it goes out to the world?
Tell
us first, yeah.
I can just imagine this guy talking at like a blockchain conference and then unironically saying to the crowd, "Guys, I'm in it for the tech."
He's obviously totally in it for the tech. He's got that like smirk on him.
And then he falls off stage because he couldn't see where he's going.
Just eats it. Yeah, guys. I mean, I do want to wrap it up pretty soon here, but I did want to get some DGen related news in here real quick. Everybody has been just endlessly hyped for way too long. It's when will you release Boson Protocol? But Boson Protocol has made a strategic partnership with DuckDAO. So I'm guessing they're going to be launching on DuckStarter or some sort of DuckDAO related other thing. That's sort of my best guess that they would be launching on DuckStarter. So if you haven't looked into Boson Protocol as a DGen, I would definitely recommend it. They have an extremely complicated white paper and a very interesting idea about I don't even know how to explain it. Like you're mortgaging your coin or something. There's like a escrow sort of service that they offer, which you should read the white paper and try to understand what they're doing, because I think it is something extremely powerful, and they have insane amounts of funding already. So definitely looking out for a Boson Protocol. And I did want to really quickly mention, just because we talked about Kylin, whatever you want to call it. The day has finally come. They are finally getting their token out to the public, but they are doing it in a slightly new, different way. Called Liquidity Bootstrapping Pool on Balancer. So what they're doing, I guess starting today, is getting their token into a Balancer pool. But the confusing part, and I would encourage you to go to their Medium and read this article, because what they're doing is dropping their token in with USDC, but it's at a 95 to 5% ratio. So only 95% Kylin and 5% USDC. So the more people that buy the Kylin from the Balancer pool, the price will be going down. So and I guess this is to prevent bots and just general noobs from getting, I don't know, I guess they want the bots and the noobs to get wrecked, because the point is, if you buy this like right when it goes on sale, you will be buying it way too expensive because the pool will be unbalanced. So they are encouraging you to wait until this pool has balanced out a little bit more, possibly until the very end of the auction, which is ending in a couple days. It's running for 48 hours and I think is starting today. Am I reading this right? It will be completed by March 5th. So you have a couple, 2 days now. If you're interested in getting into Kylin, this might be the best way to get in, because there's still going to be crazy ETH fees, but it won't be the madness of the Uniswap launch, which will be happening basically directly after. So that's my Kylin thing. What do you guys?
Gotta say, you're Kylin me with that news.
Is that not exciting to you? This news?
It's pretty exciting. I mean, the Balancer pool, the liquidity bootstrapping program, it's very exciting. It's obviously pretty novel at this stage, and I'm pretty excited to see where it's going to go and if people are, holy crap, Bitcoin. Sorry. I'm excited to see. We're over 50K. Hopefully it holds. But yeah, excited to see if this is something that can be pushed into a little bit more utilization. Would love to see if it is a more successful launch mechanism than your typical IDO.
It would be awesome. Because everybody has huge problems with bots, just in general. They should get rid of them, or everybody should become a bot. I feel like it's a either or scenario. Either we all turn into robots, or they cancel all the robots. I guess no.
Right.
I guess that's not going to work either. We have to live in harmony with the robots. That's what most of the century is going to be about. I'm pretty sure.
If you watch The Incredibles, I think you would realize that if everybody's, sorry, wait, no, I lost it. Hang on. If everyone is a bot, then nobody is a bot. That's fair, right?
Yeah. I think we're all becoming bots pretty quickly.
And what's really so bad about that? I think it's okay to be a bot, and if you or your friend are a bot, just embrace. It's okay. It's okay. Embrace your botness.
I know I am trying to do that. So
there you go. All right, guys. Before we start wrapping things up, I wanted to bring you just two pieces of pretty bullish news, in my opinion. The first bit is not exactly breaking news. It did happen, I believe, yesterday. But the Tether printers are firing, going brrr, and that's usually, always accompanied, 70% of the time, it happens every time. It's usually accompanied by a Bitcoin pump, and that is incredibly bullish. We've been waiting very patiently for these past week and a half or so for Bitcoin to start pumping again. And the other thing, just glossing over that real quickly, is this Cointelegraph article that published about 2 hours ago from basically saying that the IRS has clarified a little bit its tax reporting for crypto, saying that crypto investors who have only purchased digital assets using fiat money, or cash essentially, in 2020 do not need to report their crypto holdings. So if you guys do not live in the United States and you are unfamiliar with the IRS, it's stealing your money. Just kidding. Those go to good social programs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of speculative investors, a lot of potentially retail buyers, are very put off by the potential tax implications of cryptocurrency. And this kind of, frees the way, just kind of eases the burden on the minds of potential retail investors of getting into cryptocurrency with less risk, less tax implications. So with that news, I do expect that to send Bitcoin a flying. We're going to be pumping across all the markets. What do you guys think?
That's interesting. I want to look into this a little bit more. I'm wondering if that also counts for trading in general, because that's been sort of the excuse or strategy from a couple different people that, yeah, if you just buy and hold, then you don't have to pay the taxes on anything. So I'm wondering if this new agreement or frequently asked question page is talking about that. Does it only count when you turn it back into fiat, or does it count sort of these inter crypto trades as well as trades? But I have heard that from a bunch of people. You should just buy and hold because you're not as smart as you think you are at trading that. And
hodl.
You'll lose money on the taxes on the way out. But it's all just so bullish. Even the IRS is bullish. Like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
All right, I think that's it.
I think that's gonna about do it for this show.
Awesome. I do want to make a little bit of an announcement, just a small one. So there's a lot of good projects that have been bouncing around within the Adapt Crypto Telegram and our Discord. I made an executive decision to start doing up a bit of a graphic for upcoming launches as well as upcoming events as well. And I think this might just keep you guys informed, might also provide you guys opportunities to take advantage of some of the screen trading for the events. So once I've got something up and running, I will probably seek some sort of support from the community as well I'll endeavor to make this something that the community can sort of edit. Potentially, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but anyway, I'll post that soon once I get it to a presentable standard, and hopefully this helps. No worries. I think that's about it.
Yeah, guys, if you like that, if you're excited for that from the Adapt Crypto team, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think and if you are going to be sharing this content.
Share this content because it's a community thing. I mean, somebody was asking right now about the Ethereum hard fork. Let's talk about the Ethereum hard fork for 5 seconds. The Ethereum hard fork is happening, and everything's going to be fixed in Ethereum land by mid-April. So that's what's up. If you don't know about Berlin hard fork, you should definitely look into it. But I did want to make that point real quick because that's how this community runs. That's what's, for me, so excited about Adapt is that we actually respond to the community. Somebody was talking about that. Like, let's talk about it because that's how I have gained all of my knowledge is through interperson exchange. Often the robots try to trick me. Yeah, no, I don't want to get too personal. This is not financial advice or relationship advice, but human-to-human contact is incredibly good for your investment brain. So that's my thing. And we're gonna get out of here. I hope everybody has a good day, night, whatever you're doing.
Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, guys. Okay.
Later, guys. Peace.
Cheers.